study by the FDA on McDonald's new self-checkout kiosk showed that every single one of them had traces of human fecal matter on them. Yeah, in a similar study, you don't even want to know what they found on the self-checkout screens at Hooters.
A Senate Democratic leader, Chuck Schumer, called on President Trump to abandon the wall Saturday if he wants to reopen the government.
Say what? The government is indeed headed for a partial shutdown at midnight as lawmakers leave Capitol Hill without a deal. Is anybody else so entirely tired of these little blips on McDonald's self-checkout screens wasting our hard-earned tax money?
Yes?
Sorry, that's the nice way of calling our government officials pieces of shit.
Sandra Bullock says her Keanu Reeves crush made it hard for her to focus while she was filming the movie Speed.
And another recent U.S. Food and Drug Administration report says that you should wash your avocados before eating them because the skin of the fruit could contain trace amounts of Listeria monocotygenes, which is short for the Incredible Hulk's wrinkly testicles.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren stated that she is not a person of color during a commencement speech she gave at a historically black college.
Marquise, I know you've never done this before, but you're supposed to like make fun of the news stories. Yeah, like tell a joke at the end. Like it's not supposed to be real. We make fun of it. It's his first time. Okay, applause is his first time. Tell some jokes and make fun. Yeah.
But like not off color?
No, no. Go ahead.
Let's see, well, in that case... No shit, this woman ain't no woman of color! Look at her! I mean, is zombie white is a color? There we go. But this girl must be out of her goddamn mind! She gonna impress a bunch of black folks, this historically black college leading over thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make these niggas day.
Too far, hey, that white redneck we threw out might be offended. Hold the race card, please. And a neo-Nazi couple who named their baby after Hitler. We'll go to the next story, sorry.
Next slide.
Claire Riley, senior editor at CNET, sparked a conversation earlier this month about the McAllister house and its decor in the classic Christmas film Home Alone. Riley stated, "Can we talk about this house for a second? Like, of course you're going to be the target of Christmas bandits if your house is entirely Christmas themed. Yes, they have a lot of decorations up, but what kind of monster has red wallpaper next to a green wall, offset with a green houseplant and red candles? And of course, a green tapestry was hanging on the wall. Even the landline phone was green. Yes, it was the 90s, but who has a green landline? Red spots, green tiles, red teapot, crimson floors, even a green rolling pin." She added, "Home Alone is a great movie, but a decorator's nightmare. Boy, I really wish I was her husband."
And charges have been dropped by a skateboarder's lawyer after he was hit by a car who happened to be driven by Dr. Phil. He asked if he hit the skateboarder on purpose because he was black. The doctor responded, "Well, of course, so, bro." White privilege at its finest.
Marquise, at first you weren't telling jokes at all, and now you've gotten like way too gangster. Right? We're still in Deer Lodge, remember, so let's find a happy medium.
Happy medium. Now just do what you do.
Sure.
Okay.
Jen Logan, where the hell are you? The Parkland leader, David. Is that where we're at? Parkland leader David Hogg is Ivy League bound as he's on his way to Harvard. But to me, his face looks more like, wow, that stewardess has a nice set of jugs bound.
Whoa, all right, folks. And Tom Brady has created a new dessert known as avocado ice cream.
Ew.
It looks like the Incredible Hulk's wrinkly penis.
You can't directly copy me because it doesn't make sense. Avocados look like wrinkly testicles.
Wrinkly penis? That's different. I got a next joke.
Oh, okay, good. The country New Zealand is selling off their nudist park. I, for one, would rather just travel to the location rather than owning the entire park. I mean, why pay for boobies if you can get them out for free? He's still copying me.
It took 2 hours for trappers in Florida to wrangle a massive 12-foot, 500-pound alligator out of the waterway. 500 pounds. Just like your mother.
There we go! This guy! Yeah. Racist prick. Okay, a passenger flying into New York City from South America was caught smuggling 70 live finches into the airplane. Said passenger is seen here. So there's 6 full people that got that.
I got it.
Scientists found an enormous pyramid-like structure in Indonesia that may represent the remains of an ancient temple hid underground for thousands of years. I mean, this thing was enormous, like your mother.
Okay, on Montana news, a woman in Helena was recently arrested after leaving her 4 children in a vehicle while she went into an establishment to gamble. When authorities questioned why she left the children, she said she left them to play. Authorities further questioned what kind of play. The woman responded, "Super play!" 9 people addicted to gambling.
Police responded to Papa John's just after 8 p.m. on Thursday in the Butte to reports of a stolen pizza delivery vehicle. After striking an officer's car and attempting to outrun the Montana Highway Patrol, the culprit was eventually apprehended. When questioned, the suspect only said one thing: better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
I love you, man. Shut up, Paul. A man once accused of plotting to kidnap retired talk show host David Letterman's son and nanny has been released from the Montana State Prison for a second time after serving additional years for violating his parole. In related news, David Letterman is now Santa Claus, apparently.
Speaking of Santa, he won't have trouble finding some homes in Butte this Christmas, as residents have decked the streets with holiday light displays. Let's just take a look at a few of these.
And if you're looking for things to do in Butte this holiday break, why don't you try your ice skating skills at the High Altitude Skating Center? It's a lot of fun. I just took a date there last week. Here's a photo from the occasion. No second date.
That'll happen.
My date with her is actually next week.
Talk about my mom that way.
All right, about 100 people attended a Judiciary Committee meeting held at the University of Montana Western. Well, to discuss the pros and cons of a potential anti-discrimination ordinance. Oh look, your mom's in the front row.
And the 12 Days of Christmas, a Powell County Chamber of Commerce fundraiser, was a massive success. The Chamber would visit local businesses and give away several donated prizes on each of the 12 days. On day 1, the Chamber gave away a meal package to the Broken Arrow Steakhouse. On day 6, the winner received a gift basket from Ace Hardware. And on day 9, I actually happened to win that day. I received 9 ladies dancing at Sagebrush Slams. Yeah!
About a week ago, all Powell County schools were shut down for several hours due to an active shooter in the area. Apparently, there was a standoff which local law enforcement and over 50 rounds were fired. Man, when I agreed to do this comedy night, didn't know I was coming back to Compton. Bet he would have really loved that.
Yeah, let's get him back in here so we can throw him out again. Young rednecks messing up our town. And math, okay. And lastly, the Warriors football team improved to 200% this past season under the realm of head coach Corey Freeman. That's right, the team won 2 games as opposed to 0 the last year. This is a big step for the football team. They celebrated the season by holding a senior kegger in Freeman's backyard. Have a good night. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen.